Hello there everybody, the Devil here, and welcome to the Devil Discuss Show, the channel where I discuss about shows from all anime, basically all genres and reaction channels. And in today's videos, I'm gonna discuss about a particular anime you probably have heard of, which is the title of this video, I guess. It's called Isekai Maou to Shokan Shoujo Dore Majutsu, aka How Not to Summon a Demon Lord in English. Now you probably have heard of it. It is essentially another Isekai anime where the main character is OP as heck, transported to a fantasy world, but this time instead of being reincarnated, he was summoned to that world. Alright, so what this show is, so that's basically what the whole premise of the show is. So first of all, I'm not going to discuss what about the show about is. So firstly, we have our main protagonist, Takuma Sakamoto, who went by the name Diablo inside the game called Cross Reverie. So he was a shouting whip who played the game Cross Reverie all the time. You can guess why it's like that is badly. So his personality was he is antisocial, and he hated people who are in a relationship because, well, you know, he's a shutting gamer weeb. So every single time that he actually see a couple when he was playing the game Cross Reverie, he would always get super angry and super mad at them for being a couple. Alright. So while he was a shut-in weeb, he spent most of the time playing the game Cross Reverie until the point where he got a super OP character, and he goes by the name Diablo within the game. Essentially, he was a sorcerer class character well within the game and ran his very own dungeon. And basically, he is like a self-made mini final boss for all the players to go through. So what made him OP per se is the ability to cast high-level magic and the ability to reflect any magic spell targeted at him back to the caster, thanks to a ring, a specific boss drop ring that allows him to reflect any magical abilities back to whoever casted the spell. So the story began when Takuma suddenly felt dizzy and sleepy. So when he came to reality, he suddenly was between two girls who kissed him on the cheeks. So one of them was an elf named Shera El Greenwood, and the other one was a Pantherian named Rem Galeo. So Pantherians are basically similar to cat girls. The difference is that they have the powers of a panther. And after the whole motion, Takuma realized he was now Diablo himself. Essentially, he got transported into the Cross Reverie universe, and he got himself. Somehow it got his soul. I don't know, like something like his soul transferred to his game character Diablo. And so he has to roleplay as the so-called Demon Lord in the game Cross Reverie because of his antisocial behavior, which made him unable to socialize with others well. Which means that all of his misdemeanors and all of his interaction with other characters be something like I am the Demon Lord Diablo, and he basically speaks in a demeanor where Demon Lords are supposed to speak as. So now, he was essentially a player who became to be known as another Demon Lord thanks to all his time spent grinding the game to become the most OP character in the game. And in the Isekai universe, similar to Cross Reverie's universe, he used his knowledge about the game to strive well within that world, becoming known to other inhabitants of the universe as a Demon Lord from another world. He also proclaimed the whole entire premise thing to himself. So now, then again, so that's basically the entire premise of the show itself. The light novel itself is also going through the same premise, and there are a lot of major differences between the light novel and the anime itself. Now, there are major differences between the light novel and the anime itself. But as for today, I'm focusing on the anime instead of the light novel, as that is the show that I watched and I didn't read the light novel. Well, without getting into spoilers territory about season 1 and the ongoing season 2, overall the show was very enjoyable. You get to see awesome animations on top of really cool fight scenes as Diablo casts magics all over the screen every time he went into a fight. The animation of the show, well, is pretty great, and I would say the edginess of the show is decent as well. It's not to the point where it's actually a borderline hentai, but it's still the edgy level is still to the point of High School DxD. But if you still want some more of the explicit scene so read the light novel if you want more explicit scenes, as the show has to tone down most of the explicit scenes. But if you still want some explicit scenes in animated form, the anime still got some for you all to enjoy, as we all degenerate weebs do to enjoy that kind of shit. So yeah, without spoiling the whole season 1, I would say it is very enjoyable. The whole cast of characters you get to meet along the way in season 1 is enjoyable to the very least. Even though there's like some main antagonists and some characters that are borderline seems to be like an asshole, but you still get to enjoy some of the enjoy the characters you meet in season 1. Then in season 2, however, it's where the main cast really grows out, as season 2 explores the world outside the main town, which is Faltra City, which is the town where most of season 1 takes place in. And to be honest and to be fair, the main cast of the show was Diablo, Rem, and Shira. That's basically the 3 of them. So, but in season 2, they decided to introduce more characters to the main roster, like a bunny rabbit girl called Horn, and the main character Rose, who Diablo mostly interacted with back in his time spent playing the game. So overall, I would say this show is very enjoyable, and without doing much spoilers to the show, I'm gonna end the discussion right here. So go and watch it yourself to get the full experience. And if you ask me, the entire show itself is really fun to watch. And yeah, basically that's the end of this. That's the end of this discussion. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.